Okay, when you hear the word hacker, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably some person in a dark room, hoodie up, right? Well, today we're going to completely flip that image on its head as we explore the world of ethical hacking.
See, you've got this myth on one side, the shadowy figure breaking laws for their own gain. But then, there's the reality. This is someone with the exact same skills, but they're hired to protect, to find the flaws before the bad guys do. They're the good guys.
So let's get right into it. Hacking for good. It's all about redefining the role of the hacker, not as a villain, but as a crucial part of our digital defense.
So, what is it exactly? Ethical hacking. It's the practice of deliberately testing computer systems to find security holes. And the two most important words in that whole definition? With permission. That is the bright ethical line. They're literally invited in to try and break things so that those things can be made stronger.
This is the perfect way to think about it. You wouldn't build a new bank headquarters and just hope for the best, right? No, you hire security guards. Well, in our digital world, an ethical hacker is that security guard, rigorously checking every digital door and window.
And that brings us to the front lines, the digital defense line. Because let's be honest, in the world we live in today, the need for these digital guardians has never been more critical.
The stakes are just incredibly high. Cybercrime is on the rise, and really, no one is safe. We're talking about governments, huge corporations, even small businesses and schools. The digital world is the new battlefield, and it's active 24/7.
So what's their actual mission? Well, it's about getting one step ahead. They prevent those massive data breaches you hear about in the news, they find and help fix system weaknesses, and they make sure companies are following data protection laws. But you know, it really all boils down to one simple thing: trust. Their work is what lets all of us trust the technology we rely on every single day.
So how did they actually pull this off? Well, you have to think like the enemy to beat the enemy. Let's take a look at the attacker's playbook. This is how ethical hackers use the exact same tactics as malicious ones, but for good.
And believe me, this isn't chaos, it's a very methodical process. First is reconnaissance. They're basically scoping out the target. Then comes scanning, using tools to find potential openings. If they find one, they move to gaining access. After that, they try to maintain that access to see how deep an attacker could get. But here's the most important difference. The final phase is reporting. They create a detailed report of every weakness and, crucially, how to fix it.
Of course, to run that playbook, you need the right gear. So let's dive into the modern hero's toolkit, the skills and the software that get the job done.
All right, first up, you have tools like Nmap. Think of it as a blueprint maker for a network. It scans and maps out everything that's connected, so you know exactly what you're dealing with. Then you've got something like Burp Suite. This is like the ultimate digital crowbar for websites and applications. It lets you get in the middle of the traffic to find weaknesses that nobody else can see.
And for seeing everything that's happening on a network, there's Wireshark. It's like putting the network cable under a microscope, letting you see the individual packets of data. It's incredibly powerful stuff.
But look, the tools are only part of the equation. They're nothing without the knowledge to back them up. Real expertise comes from a deep understanding of the fundamentals, how operating systems work, networking principles, programming. That core knowledge is what separates the amateurs from the pros.
So maybe this is starting to sound pretty interesting. You might be wondering, what does it actually take to become one of these defenders? Let's break down the path to getting that white hat.
The roadmap is actually pretty clear. First things first, you have to learn the basics. Build that solid foundation. Then you practice a lot, but you have to do it legally. There are amazing safe platforms out there, like TryHackMe, where you can build your skills. After that, you get certified to prove you know your stuff. And finally, you have to commit to always learning, because this field is changing constantly.
And when we talk about proving your skills, certifications are huge. Names like the Certified Ethical Hacker, the Super Intense OSCP, or the Foundational CompTIA Security Plus. These aren't just badges. They're respected credentials that employers all over the world look for.
You know, when it all comes down to it, it's really about purpose. Ethical hacking is taking a very powerful set of skills and choosing to use it for good, to build things up and protect them, not to tear them down. So
That leaves us with one last thought. Our entire world, our finances, our communication, our society, it's all built on code. So, in this world, who is going to stand up and protect it? Well, as we've seen, the answer is the ethical hacker. They are the guardians of our digital future.